Hey guys, happy Friday. Today is Friday, August 30th, 2019. Last working day of August, last day of the month if you're in the crazy real estate world like all of us are. The last Friday before all of this insanity with Dorian comes to fruition. God bless us all. Hey Troy, let us know you can see us and hear us. That would be good. Because I'm super excited to have Duamel and Maria on the show today. We're going to talk about 1015 Capital, Joseph Rosado. What's up, Dr. Rosado? But let us know. You give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. I'd hate to go through an entire show, and especially this show, and not you guys not be able to hear them. There's a beautiful baby behind us.
Hey,
I got to hold Baby Soul is here. I got to hold him. Oh my God, the baby fix right there was awesome.
Talking about me.
Yes, I did. I held Duamel. I did. Can you imagine? So we got a thumbs up. Thank you guys. Welcome to the show. So I'm really excited. So it took a while because of my schedule and the way we do things for you guys to get on. And then I didn't know what you wanted to talk about. That's the fun part of the show, is that you guys tell me. So when you filled out the form and I looked at it, I thought, what a great topic. And of course, I've known Maria for many years through Timmy Doyle and Ethan Tilton and all those crazy guys. And so it's really exciting to have them on the show. Welcome.
Thank you for
absolutely.
Thank you for being so gracious, and we're humbled and honored to be here.
We are very humble and honored.
Well, I'm very humbled for you guys to come on. First of all, I'm loving all I want to do is hold the baby. So if you guys want to take over the show, I'll take care of the baby. It was so cool to hold him. Anyway, so we've got a lot of people coming on. What's up, my friend? I got to come out to Makani. He has a new restaurant. Ahmed does. Jason Aza says Maria's awesome.
Of course I am.
JP's on there. Hey guys. All right, so let's talk a little bit about origin. Let's talk about your story. So I don't know if who wants to start, but give us a little background on you.
So every origin story has to start with a cup of coffee.
Oh yes. So this is the first. I've never had this happen before, so I'm very excited about it.
So 10-15 mugs.
Are they great? I don't even have a TED Show mug, so that should tell you.
Well, yeah, that's one for you.
So the coffee we brought is from Puerto Rico. It's from a place called Barranquitas. It's in the mountains. I believe we have the best coffee in the world, and so why not start this awesome conversation with the best coffee that
I
we
love
can
it.
taste,
I'm in.
Yeah.
And Jason says he wants you to sing mariachi, Maria.
Yeah, Maria is not me.
Isn't that crazy when people get on and they know stuff about you that we haven't talked
like,
about?
shut up, Jason,
Oh yeah.
don't say it.
Oh yeah. I like that. Sing mariachi.
I will need a shot of tequila for that.
Oh well.
It's not
We all
right
know
now.
on this show that is a total possibility.
The mariachi's gonna come in right at the end, surprise everybody.
You never know.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, so tell me again
So-
where this is from Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico.
Cheers.
Oh, it smells fantastic.
Yeah, it smells great. It's from Barranquitas, and
Cheers, everybody.
And this is real coffee, guys. I know you're laughing because you think, oh, there's something in it. There's nothing in it.
Smells delicious.
It smells so good.
nice and hot and delicious. So I will let Maria, which friends and family would know her as
delicious.
Lupita. I'll let her.
Lupita,
Yes,
tell us, talk to
Lupita.
us. All right, tell us your origin.
Origin
This is
story.
delicious, by the way. Tell us
Well,
your
I'm
origin
from
story.
Mexico, originally from Guadalajara. I came to California and lived there for a few years, and then I met this handsome man in Indiana. My brother lives in Indianapolis, so he was there, I was there. Time was perfect. We met. We came down to Florida. He brought me here, and then I never left.
I love it.
I've been here
Indiana, though, what were you doing there? Oh, your brother was
Yeah,
there.
my brother lives there. Yeah,
And I was
so
there for work.
visiting, and he was there for work. So it was an interesting meeting.
And what did you do? What did you want to do when you were growing up? What did you want to be? Because most people do not say at 4 years old, I want to be a real estate agent, or I want to get into flipping houses, or doing anything rehab oriented. That's just not on the agenda at 4 years old.
100% correct. So I started studying psychology in Guadalajara, and it didn't finish. I came to the United States, and then I met this guy after being here for a few times already. I met him, and then he brought me here, and then here it was crazy. Like the terminology, I barely speak the language. the terminology in Spanish for psychology books were crazy.
So tell me, right? You and I were talking about this, and Jason has made a proclamation that he will donate $100 to your liking of a nonprofit, Viva Mexico, if you sing. It must be really good.
No,
It
listen.
is. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Jason, you have to
Yes.
stay on till the end of the show, and then I'll sing with her. I don't know what we're singing, but we're going to sing together.
We'll clap.
We'll clap.
along.
I'll clap.
Make sure you stay in rhythm.
I have no rhythm. I'm Anglo. You know
Exactly.
this, right?
I didn't say it.
No, I did. So we've met through Tim and Ethan. You were in that whole market. They're in real estate, but they do a different
Right.
kind of market. And so, did you ever know 200? He's got to run. Yes, we're gonna sing it at the end, Jason. I promise.
Stay put.
You gotta stay put. You don't have to run. What do you have to
Coming
do?
up next.
But you stayed in it. Did you see a transition? And we'll get to Duamel's story in a minute. Did you see like a transition? You started in one place in real estate and you've ended up in another.
Yes, absolutely. Jason Asa was actually one of the first people that actually met me through real estate, and you know, he can tell you now that he's all up in the in the screen. We were just doing the conventional real estate, but then short sales happened, and
Right.
actually we had to come up with short sales because banks didn't even know at the time what was happening with, you know, people getting into the situation that they were getting. And at one point I was, you know, representing the bad guys, which at the time were the banks, and so I kind of learned both sides. And then I realized, you know, short sales needed to be something that we had to just full blown and go into because people was getting hurt.
Sure.
You know? And most of them really were not at fault. So anyway, it started with my father-in-law's house. That's how we basically got it deep into it, because I was, you know, helping my father-in-law to
Then
get
you
out of
realized
this
what a
mess.
personal, how impactful that whole process is.
Yeah.
People just hear that we throw around the words like short sale, foreclosure, bankruptcy, like it's nothing. And it really is, it can be a very painful process. It's a very hard process. People come out of it and they feel like there's a stigma against them because of even a short sale. And, you know, I'm here to tell you, and I'm sure they will too, that listen, if the situation makes it so that's what you have to do, there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Right.
And I think people get so caught up, a lot of people hang on for dear life, and then it's too late to do anything, and then you've got the courthouse and people are bidding on it, and you've got all this insanity that goes on. Why not reach out to a professional before that and try to have them find a solution for you, which is what you guys do.
Absolutely, and not.
Well, it did back then.
Yeah.
Did.
And
Yeah, that's how everything started for me.
Yeah.
Then, you know, the changes of the market, you know, just changed the complete focus that you have on your profession. And then I started doing regular real estate. I still do. Then properties came in my hands from South American investors that I have. So now I started doing property management. And then babies came along, and then
Babies, you have Luna, right?
yeah, Luna and Soul.
Soul.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
he's such a cutie. We'll have to show him later if he's not asleep.
And Luna's
Yeah.
beautiful as well.
Of course she is. All right, so Duamel, tell us about you. What's
Yeah,
your
sure.
journey?
Appreciate that. So I am originally from Puerto Rico, from San Juan, and immigrated
This
here.
coffee's good, brother.
It's phenomenal,
It's
man.
really yummy.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Yeah. So immigrated here. I was in elementary school. I always wanted to be an engineer. I loved numbers. I loved just electronics and electrical. Electricity just fascinated me. Physics. So I just, you know, followed that path. I grew up, you know, typical middle class, a little bit lower middle class, where, you know, everybody has a little bit of a struggle and everybody knows your business. All the neighbors know your business. So
Did you grow up here in Orlando?
I grew up here in the Castleberry area.
What'd you graduate from? What
Lyman High School.
Lyman, yeah, I'm colonial.
Oh,
If I
awesome.
told you anything.
Yeah, awesome. I hung out a lot in the colonial
Colonials,
parties.
listen, Colonial did have good parties. This
Yeah.
is long before you were born. We still had good parties. Yeah, that people look at me. They're like, "You made it out alive." Yeah. I did.
It was cowboys back then, right? I mean, you
We're-
guys rode in on horses.
We basically rode in on horses. So you get you're an electrical engineer
Electrical
by
engineer
trade.
by trade. So from here, from UCF.
Me too. I'm a knight. Go Knights.
Boom, charge on. Yeah,
Charge
man.
on,
That's awesome.
You know it.
So from there, I progressed to a job that I've had since, a career that I've had since I graduated in '03. I build attractions, man. Like, I'm in the theme park industry.
I love that.
Yeah, electrical construction. So
you get to see all the cool stuff before everybody else gets to see it.
see
right?
all the cool stuff, but I'm dealing with all the headaches, man. You know,
Yeah.
Disney's not an easy client, and but
Of course,
The
they want
work is the best.
perfection.
It's a magical place in the world. Right?
Most
It's a
magic- yeah.
magical
It's
place.
beautiful.
And so, what happened? Obviously, you're trained, so you do this. What happened for you to go? You know what? I want to get involved, and we have to talk about 1015
Absolutely.
Capital. What made you all decide? All right, we want to do something different.
So, growing up, my grandparents had real estate property. They lived off the rents. So it was around me. My uncle, I think he's watching, Hola and he has properties that he lives off the rents from those properties. And so it was always around. It was kind of normal to me. I didn't realize that it's not really that normal, and
Right.
it's hard to get into. So we thought, oh, it's easy. Let's start getting some properties on the side to kind of supplement our income, and maybe we could start doing different things with our lifestyle. And so we got into, well, how do we get rental properties? Well, you need a little bit of cash for down payments. You as a mortgage professional,
We understand.
So we decided, let's
I
start.
like that you
flipping
called me a
houses.
professional. That's very
See that?
sweet of you. I don't get called that very often.
So started flipping houses in order to get capital to put into these deals. And so flipping houses is hard when you have a job.
Sure.
Yeah, and so I'm very faithful, loyal to my job because I really love what I do. I mean, you mentioned earlier, we did the Toy Story expansion, the Avatar portfolio, the Fantasyland Be Our Guest. I mean, like, I've been privileged. I'm on a project now. It's top secret. Even though it was announced on D23, I'll let somebody else tell you. But it's it's very rewarding. So 9 to 5, I'm locked in. So afterwards, I have to go and deal with the houses. Did the contractor show up? Be there before. Sol is helping me tell the story.
I love it. Listen, Steve says he
Yeah.
loves this guy.
Hey, man. And so you probably, that's Sol. That's not me.
Soul can take over. I'm golden.
And so, started trying to raise capital, but outside of working hours. So it was getting stressful. It was hard work, man. And during the Avatar portfolio, I started flying to California a lot, and we had a couple flips happening at the time. And it was hard. I mean, I ended up firing a couple contractors.
Well, it's hard to do when that's your full-time focus.
Yeah.
When you are working full-time and then have to do that as the secondary full-time focus, it's very difficult. Because there's so many moving parts.
So
There's
many
so
different
much and so many contractors that you have to deal with. When did you guys come up with the teaching wealth, I'm going to say wealth management, wealth building, wealth retention
Sure.
For minorities?
So
I love this. And why did you think, well, I want to talk about what you do, but I also want to talk about why you decided to focus on minorities.
I love this too, man. And I might have to adjust my seat here and let's get serious here for a minute. So basically, when we're trying to find out how to get more cash flow by doing less work, because hey, why not?
I like it.
Yeah, so I learned that it's in multifamily investment, so buying apartment complexes. And so I started doing a ton of research. I started reading tons of books, going to seminars, just getting educated, talking to people that were doing it. And so the more I learned, I come from a Puerto Rican background, Puerto Rican communities. I have a lot of minority friends and family. And so when we're hanging out, over drinks or barbecues or just hanging out, I would be talking about, hey, did you know that you can invest your solo 401k or solo IRA into these deals? And man, it beats the stock market all day long,
right?
Historically, forever, like it always has, and it's always going to. It's faster, and so trying to, I'll bring these topics up, and my friends be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So, well, did you know that with depreciation, you can get monthly cash flow, you don't do any work, and it's either monthly or quarterly distributions. You don't do any work. Somebody else is handling all the business end of it.
Somebody else.
Somebody
you don't get
else.
The codes. You don't get the hey, my toilet.
Oh man, like I tell the story because it's real. So like
you gotta hear this.
We're watching
I love it.
We're watching Game of Thrones, right? The finale.
Yeah.
You cannot disturb me when I'm watching that. So,
That was it. No disturbing dad.
yeah,
during
PR.
Yeah. Puerto Rico
Yeah,
in the house. Yeah.
And so we get a phone call. You know, Lupita gets a phone call, and it's one of our tenants, and it says, and she's freaking out, man. Where's the water main? Where's the water main? I need to turn off the valve. You know, the house is flooding. I'm like, holy crap! I don't know. Did you check outside? She says, I checked outside. It's middle of the night. It's like, I can't see anything. There's got to be one in the house. I said, well, I don't know. Did you check the garage? I mean, I don't know. She's like, no, I didn't check the house. It's flooding. What do I do? I was like, I don't know. I don't even know what house this is. Like,
It was so disturbing.
I don't
so
know.
Disturbing.
So yeah, and so
If you care
it's
to
real.
know everything was fine, we solved it the next
Yeah.
day.
Oh, good.
But those phone calls suck, and if you own rental properties, you're probably getting those calls. And so, if you're investing in multifamily in apartment complexes, like you just get an email, a monthly email telling you what's happening with the deal, and you get your monthly or quarterly distribution.
Right.
And so whenever I told my friends and family about it, you know, like the cash flow is like, dude, like with depreciation, this cash is literally cash. You don't really pay taxes. It's deferred to the end. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, holy crap. So
That was interesting.
yeah,
Because people don't. Hey, Mr. Tadani, nice. Talk about a big developer.
awesome.
He's got more
Hey,
wine lockers
Tadani.
here than I do at the Citrus Club.
Send the
But
key.
I think people. We don't need a key. Trust me. If anything's missing, it's not from me.
Wasn't us.
I think people are afraid. There's a fear factor, right? Because it's
Absolutely.
unknown and you don't know. You're afraid to get in with the wrong people. You don't know about contractors. You have money and you want to invest, and you know real estate is the way to go, because it is long term. Ask anybody, read any of the books, listen to a podcast. Real estate is where most people have their long-term income, where they have the wealth management, where they have the wealth retention. But people are afraid. So how do you get them past that? What do you guys do?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So what we started doing is holding presentations. We started inviting our friends and family and just having a little presentation. I created some PowerPoint slides, and it started really informally. Hey, this is what we're doing, because I mean we're super passionate about this wealth building platform. And so if we can teach you to do it, and I mean, then you will get better, and you can teach your kids. So, quick segue. There was a Forbes report that was released in April that said that by 2050, minority households in this country are going to have negative net worth.
That's fascinating.
Dude,
That is
that gives me
crazy.
goosebumps, man. Like,
Why? So
is
is it because they're not
crazy.
investing, real estate, right? Is that what it is?
There's
What's
no
the-
education. There's no way to know
Oh, because
how
they're not
to-
being educated
know.
on what to do.
There's no
It-
financial education
yeah.
anywhere.
So in our communities, it's about we're spenders, man, and
we are.
it's about having the best car or the best watch or the best clothes. Man,
Right.
I got the new Jordans. I spent $300 on new Jordans.
Right.
My whole check. You know, so it's like we're about spending, and so and what's alarming about that number is that 2050 is our lifetime, Ted, and so it's
Our kids' lives.
it's our
That's
kids'
kind of you to
lives.
include me in on that.
Yeah, of course, man. You're in your 30s.
I'm in my 30s. This is why we're drinking later.
Yes.
On me. But 2050, I think that's such a disturbing statistic.
It is.
And you're right. So you guys took it to heart. And did you create? And tell us about 1015 Capital. I don't
Yeah.
know what the name means.
So
I purposely did not look that up because I wanted you to explain.
okay, so 1015 is a random number. I'm just kidding. So
That's the best answer ever.
I just thought it sounded
Lupita's
cool.
not happy right
No.
now. No, I
You
like
gotta
it.
listen why I'm upset.
Yeah. So in cold day in Indianapolis, Friday night, looking for something to do. I meet Lupita's brother, and so he tells me, "Hey, come hang out with us at we're gonna go celebrate somebody's birthday and then go hang out." So I didn't know anybody. I just kind of forced my those that know me, I'm a little bit of a hustler. So like even to break into this real estate game, I hustled my way in, and so I wound up. I mean, I was up there for work, and no friends, just me in a hotel room, and so I ended up crashing their party on October 15th,
Oh, there
2005,
it is.
and so yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
That's
There it
what
is.
takes it to you.
That's why she's not real happy with you.
Yeah.
Pretending that's not an important
No,
date.
it's a very it means a lot to us.
I actually
and
suggested it so he wouldn't forget the anniversary.
Right? So now you know that anniversary.
Yeah.
What's great is you've got a
There's
dating
no
anniversary,
excuse.
I met you anniversary, a wedding
No.
anniversary. You've got all that stuff.
Oh, you guys have collaborated, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
Thanks,
I'm
Thanks,
28
Thanks,
years
Thanks.
in, so just so you know.
Left her hanging, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I'm
did.
sorry. I didn't see.
It's focused.
I'm focused.
Sorry.
All right. So tell me what you all do, because Steve just said when's your next
Yeah.
class when you want to teach. What are you actually doing to promote, to teach the wealth management, the wealth retention? What are you all doing with 1015?
So awesome question. And so it's what we're doing is raising awareness. We're teaching people how these multifamily, they're called syndications, but how these deals are put together and how they can participate, and if they have 401ks, how they can participate. If they don't have any of these vehicles, we teach them how to create them. Because
And do you do classes for this? Do you all have seminars?
yeah, we're holding little seminars.
Okay.
It's
By the way,
presentation,
yeah.
explanation of how we did it, so that
Yep.
they can learn from how
That's
we did
awesome.
And just want to give a quick shout out. We have we collaborated with our friends and business partners. He graduated from UCF in 2003. Man, we're old. And so, but quick shout out to
Please.
Myron McNeil, because that's how he says it in these presentations.
Oh, he does? Myron McNeil.
And Sean McNeil. But yeah, so I mean, we're figuring out the nuts and bolts. I mean, we're getting into the details on how to put these deals together, how to find the deals, how to fund the deals, who to partner with. I mean, I'm hardcore networking, and I'd love to network with you guys, with the TED universe. But
There's
yes,
a whole crazy universe out there.
come
that's
on
for
down,
sure,
man.
my
You know,
friend.
we're on a mission. We're on a mission to raise awareness to you know, the Hispanic, the minorities, African American communities, just because this wealth building avenue was reserved for the privileged, right? And it's not. It was not a secret. It was just something that somehow we weren't aware of.
Right.
So now we want to like wake everybody up, and dude, join us. I mean, we're actively. We just closed on a deal on a 324 unit apartment complex here in
That's
Maryland.
awesome.
And so, yes.
And we've
Oh
been
my
6
gosh.
months into this. Well, he's been a year and a half into studying it and making sure numbers work.
Right.
'Cause this is a numbers person. right
Absolutely.
here.
So it's 1015 Capital dot.
Co.
It's
Co.
1015.co.
Oh, 1015. So
Yeah, so it's 10,
10 and then the
15.
number 15
.co.
.co. Steve.
Yeah, and so so we're holding seminars regularly, and the more we do, the more people want more information. We're also bringing our friends and family onto these deals.
I love it.
Yeah, and so I've been really blessed, dude. It's like mind blowing. The whole law of attraction thing. It's like it's ridiculous. Like I've been
the truth.
I've been getting so lucky, or so, you know. But I've got some great partners, man. Some powerful partners that, for example, one of my mentors has 27 of these deals.
Wow.
And I mean, he texted me this morning. He said, "Good luck on the show." I mean, we collaborate
that.
constantly.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, you guys are planting this great seed. One of the reasons why I love the
Yeah.
topic is because the education part is so critical. And I think that holding it in is never a good thing. Keeping it all secret, which a lot of people do, is never a good place to be. You want to share it. So as you all are sharing it and you're planting all those seeds, you're helping those people, not only the people who want to be investors and want to get into the game, you're also helping the people on the other side of the transaction. So there's so much help going on, and so many of the people on the other side are already in this suffering mode, and you guys are trying to help them with there's so many things that you're doing positive. And I love the education part, because you're really sharing your knowledge and trying to help people get ahead, get that investment, get that long term, so that they don't have the negative net worth in 2050 that they actually have a positive net worth, that we have something going on where you're not 1,000 trust me, the whole job scenario has been changing so much, so people are looking for something like this. They're looking for a way to have long-term income that isn't necessarily a multi-level marketing company, nothing against them.
Yeah.
It's this real tangible thing that you can feel, which is real estate.
It's
yeah,
real.
And they can get in so many levels, you know. You don't have to have $100,000 just to be able to become an owner or...
That's a great point, Lupita. I think a lot of people feel, well, I don't have that kind of money. I have XYZ set aside, but I don't have 100,000, so there's no way I can jump in. What you guys do is teach them the levels, and there's different levels depending on the project.
Right.
And depending on what they want to get involved with. What's your risk? How you feeling about your risk, right? So in real estate, to me, there's just it's so minimal because you have that tangible asset all the time.
Dude, and it's not flipping houses because that's work.
Correct.
That's work, and if you do something wrong, I mean, I have a friend who I'm coaching to get out of the flipping houses game and come here, and he literally has gone through 2 contractors on an easy flip.
Yeah.
He's on his 3rd contractor, and just stressing through it. He's going over budget. He's probably not going to make money on this deal. And I was like, dude, that same 30 or 40 grand, we could have put it on the deal.
Yeah, it's a lot of risk. Nothing
Flips,
wrong with flipping houses.
flips are interesting. That's why people, like we were talking about earlier, Ethan and Tim, they've had their same crew. They established their crew for 10 plus years.
Right.
So they have those people. But if you're just trying to dip your toe into flipping, there's not a lot of dipping your toe into that.
Yeah.
What you're talking about doing is doing more long term. You've got the multi-family, multi-unit. And I love that concept. I love that people can get in and that you guys are willing to show them how to do it.
Yeah, join us, you know, like...
Yeah, this is a team.
Let's go.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Everything, so I have a sports background also, and
What's your sports background?
baseball player, but...
Baseball.
But, so I believe wholeheartedly on a team concept. I believe that nothing in life is a solo game. Everything is a team sport, man, and so success is a team sport, and so that's why I have partners. That's why I have networks.
Cool.
That's why you have me.
That's why I have my wife.
That's why Lupita is here. Hello.
Yeah. So I joke around, but it's true, you know.
No, it's totally true. You've got it. You guys obviously have a really great partnership. I think it's important. I think it's really good. I think that you all are also creating that partnership feel when you're reaching out to people, you're educating people. Because like you said, it's so much easier when you're doing it with a team of people who have the same thought process and the same goal at the end, rather than trying to figure out how to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to share all of Lupita and Duamel's contact information.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Steve asked for Facebook and Instagram. We'll share that too.
Absolutely.
I tagged 1015's Facebook page in the post, but we'll share it again. They'll both share it because I think it's really cool. I want people to be able to reach out to you, go to your next class, go to your next seminar, reach out to you even if they have interest. Obviously, they're super open people, accessible people, and that's what you want when you're trying to figure out what you want to do, especially in this. But it's such a cool thing to be able to do. Our market is really ripe for this right now. So I think if you've thought about it before, why not reach out to the two of them? All right, so mentors are really important. You mentioned one earlier. You mentioned how a mentor was. Thanks, buddy. You too, Mr. Tadani. I've grabbed all the wine out of your lockers and I've taken it home.
We'll put empty bottles
I'm
back.
kidding. Love you to pieces. Be safe. But mentors are so important, and with the TED Show and TED's community, we're really trying to get people more involved in the community, want people to mentor people. So if you guys can each share a mentor that has been impactful, it could be a parent, a coach, it doesn't matter, just somebody that made an impact on your life as a mentor.
Let my wife go first.
All right,
Ladies
Lupita, you first.
Okay, well, professionally, so many people that I can't mention, but mainly in my life, in my everyday life, I gotta give it to this guy right here.
Aww.
He's since get-go, he's been my English teacher. He's been my pusher, like, are you gonna do it today, and what's going on with you, and is everything okay? He's always checking up on me. He's always like pushing me to be a better professional, a better woman. He made me a mom. And you know, he's just an amazing mentor that I don't know what I would do without, to be honest.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
No, not planned.
You're gonna get me
That
all.
was not planned.
Well,
No plan. It's just, you know, it's
Thank you.
how it is.
I love
Ted.
that.
I gotta be very
I love that you do that. That's sweet. It's good to give a shout out. Always good to say it out loud, guys. Always.
Yeah.
All right, how about you, Duamel?
Yeah, so, and echoing her sentiment, she's been in my corner the whole time. I work crazy hours, but I've had a lot of teachers along the way. Every one of them has put a little grain of salt towards pushing me forward. But right now I owe a whole debt of gratitude to two life coaches that I have. One, his name is Vinny Chopra. The other one is named Jens Nielsen. And interestingly enough, I just thought about this. They're both immigrants, but they're both very successful in their own way.
Both minorities.
Both
Both
minorities. But yeah, they've held me accountable. You know, pull me along, motivate. I think the biggest thing is taking action. So just you have to take action, but it has to be a systematic action. And so the mentors in my life have helped me. Instead of casting just a wide net, because sometimes I get a little excited. That's my wife. And you just want to do everything.
Sure.
And so I was actually having this conversation last night with Jens, and so it's like you start focusing, and the more you start focusing, like the better things get, and more opportunities come, and life just starts changing. And so they're life coaches and real estate coaches to me. So
I love that. See, it's important, guys. So coach, mentor, whatever you want to label it, be there for somebody and help them out, because all of us along the way have been helped out by someone. And then isn't it cool to be able to say it out loud? I think we say it in our hearts a lot, but we don't say it out loud enough. And so I want you guys to get more involved in mentorship. It doesn't have to be a huge commitment, but be there for somebody. All right, you guys are a joy to have on the show.
Hey, real quick, Ted.
Yes, please.
I mean, Ted is inspired, right? So I just cut him off, but real quick. So the biggest mentor, the biggest impactor of my life is my mom, and I just spent dinner with her yesterday. It was my birthday yesterday.
Yay, happy birthday.
That's right. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank you. And so, but I want to give a shout out to my mom, and so yeah, thank you, Mom,
That's
for everything.
awesome.
I gave her a ton of headaches growing up, and so I tell her all the time, you know, like I don't let her pay for dinner. I don't, you know, I was like, dude, there's so much that I owe you, and I'll never repay. And so
That's true. Moms are amazing.
That's what parents are for, brother. Right? So that's how you're going to be with your kids, obviously.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys again are a joy. 10, the letter TEN, and then 15 .co is the website. That's where you can find the information. We tagged the Facebook page, and I tagged both of them, although your best bet with Duamel is to reach out to Lupita, and then perhaps when he
After
shares
5:30 maybe
after
again.
5:30, perhaps you can also, they'll share their contact information obviously after the show's over. Thank you guys for all you do. Cheers.
1015.
Thank you
Look
guys.
at that. Look at
Thank
that.
you, Ted.
Cheers, brother.
Appreciate
Cheers.
that.
And to soul.
The best Puerto Rican coffee.
It was
coffee. The best coffee in the world is Puerto Rican coffee.
It was fantastic, guys. And you
Yeah.
know me and coffee, it usually has Jameson in it. This had nothing in it, so it was delicious. Thank you guys so much. You're a joy.
Bye.
You all be safe. We'll be back
Yes, be
around
safe.
2 o'clock. But please be safe this weekend
Get
and the
ready
next
for
couple
the
of
Dorian
days.
coming
Yeah,
up.
just get ready. Get prepared. All right, we love you guys. Mwah. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you
so
both.
much, Ted.
Thank you both.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ted.
All right, see you later.